Okay. So what did we learn so far? Salesforce comes as a platform, as a service. That means a platform which is available for rent, right? What is a platform? Platform is where we can develop our applications using some frameworks. So what frameworks we have studied here till now? We have studied that there are layouts, flows, process builders, workflow rules, all these things which you have studied in all these classes, everything which gives you ability to do changes on the software is basically a framework to make changes. So when you go for different licenses of Salesforce, you can purchase the basic license of Salesforce, which is called platform license, and that gives you the platform as a service. Here you have to create your own custom objects and create your own app. Yeah, the sales app, service app, these apps are not available to you. Okay, but you get some default objects, standard objects like accounts is available, contact is available. These two objects only you get. You will not get opportunity object, you will not get lead object, any sales object, service object you will not get. So platform as a service is a license you can go for, which is very cheap. Platform, then you can create your own applications using this framework. A better license is something which we already studied so far, is called Sales Cloud. Sales Cloud on top of platform. When you purchase Sales Cloud, you are also purchasing platform. Okay, you cannot purchase sales. Platform is by default, is the basic license. So if you purchase Sales Cloud, this is a higher license. Sales Cloud gives you automatically the lead object, opportunity object, and all the features of Sales Cloud, Sales Console, everything, and so on. Similarly, there is another product called Service Cloud, which we are going to discuss today, which gives many features on top of case object. Please remember, case object is also available in Sales Cloud. But when we talk about Service Cloud, we are talking about many features like entitlements and other features which is surrounding on case object, case console, and so on. So this is a separate application itself. If you want to do your admin certification, admin and advanced admin, this is basically concentrating on platform and sales, usually platform sales and some bit of Service Cloud also. After that, you can go and specialize in each of this. So you have a Sales Cloud consultant certification. You also have a Service Cloud consultant certification. So you can become package masters or you package specialist also. Yeah, you can go ahead and give higher. You understand how to configure Sales Cloud with more advanced features and so on. Yeah, so these you can always pursue. So today's discussion is primarily relating to the case object, which is a standard object. So what happens? Why is case important? What is the job of a case? So far we have heard or life cycle of a sales representative, right? What is he doing? He's first creating a lead, converting them to a account, contact, and opportunity, and then basically closing an opportunity, right? Adding products to an opportunity, which is opportunity product, and then basically he is basically closing the opportunity, right? This is the whole sales cycle. But after the sales is done, does the customer relationship end? No, customer relationship begins from the sales cycle. After you have sold some products to your customers, then customer can come back and ask for many things. It can ask that there are some defects on your products. There can be some requests for your product, for the products you have sold. There can be new sales opportunities, right? Cross-selling, as we say. So all these are through support people, support representatives or service representatives. Yeah. When you are buying a Vodafone SIM, till that point you are on a retail shop. But when there is a problem with Vodafone or a Airtel, you will call the customer care, right? So this is what is the customer care. Yeah. So case is basically a ticketing system which is used by the customer care representatives. How does it work? So think about anything like a Vodafone or a Airtel. When you call a customer care, they create a ticket for you, right? Ticket number or case number, it automatically comes as an SMS to you, right? So similarly, a support representative or service representative in Salesforce will create a case. Now, how can you contact a support representative? There can be many channels of creating a case. One is they call a phone number. That is called a customer care phone number. They can email you. You see, in Vodafone, support@vodafone.in. If you send a number, automatically replies back and says that a case has been created for you or a ticket has been created for you, right? Or you can go to the website also to connect them. Nowadays, you are also using chats with your support representatives, right? So there are many channels. So these are different ways in which a customer can connect with you and ask for resolution, support, help, anything. Like I am facing some problems with the installation. So these are the different channels through which we can work. So when a service representative creating a case, he is creating the case manually, right? There are automatic ways you can also automate it. All these channels can be automated. So instead of support people creating a case, system automatically creates the case and then assigns it to the specific support agents. That can also be done. Yeah. So we will first. Case is just a same object which we will see. Because a support agent is working on multiple people at one time, so they cannot hop into different screens. They need to conserve their time because they might be working on multiple cases at a single time. Unlike sales representatives who seldom work on multiple opportunities at any single time, but a support representative will always work on multiple cases at a single time. Because what happens is that you have heard that, sir, I will place your call on hold. By the time that person goes to help somebody else, right? Another person is on hold, probably he's unmuting that person. And so the support representative is working on case 1, case 2, case 3. Yeah, maybe 2 on phone calls, 1 on email. So the support representative needs a very fast screen to jump into the cases. And that's why the normal Salesforce screen, which is available, that is a tabular model, that is not very helpful for a support representative. That's why they also have the tab window. So there is a service tab or service app for them to use. Apart from that, there is also a service console. The service console comes from Service Cloud license. So you have to buy Service Cloud, otherwise you will not get this app. This is the new app on top of Service app. Service app is the general service app. We'll see that. But support agents will find benefits using a service console. Service console, they don't have to change any screen. They get all the information in one screen and they can work effectively. So service console is the #1 feature which we get in Service Cloud. Apart from service console, as I said, that there can be automations that can happen on multiple channels. So if somebody is sending an email to a specific email ID, Salesforce can automatically create case from it. Salesforce has a feature called email to case to create automatic mail cases from emails. Similarly, we can have web forms. That means in a website, you will go and contact us. You will have a small form to fill, name, phone number, subject line, and it will automatically create a web to case. That means a new case will be created automatically. So now, if you are manually creating a case, what happens is that the creator becomes the owner also, right? Creator, that is the service representative, right? Who is creating the case manually, also is owning the case. So he's working on that case immediately. But when there is a automation, when there is a email to case getting created, web to case created, who will own this? We do not know, right? Whom to assign this? So there can be different logic to assign, and we have to find a suitable service representative who can go back to that. Usually it will not be a single person. usually it would be a group of users, because maybe one person is not available. So what happens usually, similar to public group, which we already saw, right? Public group you used for what? Sharing rules, right? And many things. So it's a group of users, right? Similar to public group, we have another thing called queues. It is also similar to public group, a group of users. The only difference between public group and queues is that queue can be owners. Public group cannot be owners. So we'll create a queue instead of a public group, and this queue will be the owner of this email to cases. That is the easiest way of doing it. So any person who is available inside this queue will pick up this and change the owner to himself. Similar to web to case, both. Okay. And how is this assignment done to this queue? For that, we have some rules. One of the rule is called assignment rule. This will assign a email to case or a web to case or an automatic ticket creation to a queue or a specific user. Usually it is a queue, but you can assign to a specific user also. Once the assignment is done, you need to also send a response to your person, right? That your case has been logged and so on. So you have to also create an auto response rule. This is also this needs to be sent to your customers. Third is that usually in B2B market, you have a contract signed with your customers. That means one company has signed a contract to another customer. So what do they sign contract on? They sign on a service level agreement. We call this SLA in short form. What is service level agreement? Service level agreement is that a time period you have to define for myself to provide service, because this is business critical for them. I have purchased many products. If some products are defective and we are not able to solve it, immediately the customer might have a loss in business. They can lose maybe $1 million. In order to make sure that they do not lose $1 million, customers will have a SLA with you. So they will say, if there is a priority 1 ticket, I need a resolution in 1 hour. If this is the priority 2 ticket, I need a resolution in 1 day. Priority 3 tickets, this is just indicating number. So priority 3 you can resolve in 1 week. So this is something which you will agree to your customer. So if you lose as a seller, if these you cannot make sure that you have the resolution in these periods, in this defined SLAs, then this customer will drag you to court, ask compensation from you, because they are making losses. So in order to safeguard yourself from losses, you will also establish escalation rules. What is escalation rules? Escalation rules is automatically assigning the case to your managers if you are not able to solve it by some period of time. So the more powerful person, maybe on your head, will be assigned this case so that they can take it to closure, because this needs to be resolved immediately. Otherwise, I will breach my SLA. If I breach SLA, I have to give compensation to my customers. So these are the 3 rules which would be set up in case, to make sure that we do not breach SLA, we are assigning to correct people, and we are also responding to the customers. Let's see all this in full flow. Any questions so far? So just like you were in the sales app, this is used by sales representative. Similarly, a service representative will be using another app called service. There is a service app for them. Yeah. What is there? Account, contact, and cases. Yeah. And report dashboard is always there. So Account and contact is similar. Account and contact probably will be created automatically by in the sales cycle. So usually service representative will not create account and contact. It will directly create cases. So you will choose a contact, you will choose a account, you will make sure where from this case is created. You can also increase this list. You see, phone, email, web is the usual channels. You can also add chats. You are manually creating this. That means somebody has reached out. There is no Salesforce automation at this point. You are manually creating a case. Usually it is the phone number wherein it comes. We say phone is not working. Maybe I'm selling phones. And there you are. The case is created. And you can basically log a call, take posts, do what sorts of things what you have been doing so far. You can open new tasks and you take it to closure, and then finally close this and mark it as completed. You can set priority if it is a high priority defect, and so you can mark the status to working if you're working on this close. Okay, now the idea is, so now the idea is, if you are creating another case and working on multiple cases, how will you jump into case to case? So this UI is not very friendly for service representative because they want to work on multiple cases at one time. So here, changing tabs, creating another case, jumping back again to the main window, finding the other case, and then jumping back. So in order to reduce the jump backs, in Service Cloud, we also get a service console. Here, this is another app which looks very different. Here, the tabs has been all put together here in this dropdown. You can get everything there, but if you are on the cases, that is all what you need. Otherwise, you are not needed. So if you click on this case, you see each tab becomes a separate case. That is the benefit. So if you go to case and create a new case, you see multiple cases are getting created. And you even create more cases. So you see, you are working on 3 cases at one shot. Yeah, and you can collapse this pane or give this pane, and all the cases will show up here, and you can work on multiple cases at the same point. What it gives you information is that it gives you information of the case detail. It gives you information of what are you working on, all the activities which you want to do on this case. It gives you information of who called and for whom you are working. You also gives you information of what are the other cases this contact has raised so far, so that you have a history for it. Everything all put together, all the files and related lists are put here. You can modify this, add more things into it, and you can create, you can set up your console, and every case will be the same. If you fill up this one, you see, same. So you can jump between cases and you can work on case object only, because service representative will not be working on any other tabs. Usually account is already created, contact is already available, so they will not need to create any account or contact. They will be always working on cases. So this new app, these new apps will be helpful for them, and you can change this, you can add new components to it, and you can customize this. Just like you go to any edit page, record builder, so you go to this page and you can add new components to this layout. So you can put new topics, you can put other things if you want. All these things you can put up, and you can add a flow here if you want to do something, some important stuff. So everything. So now, yeah, so this is basically we are working on the sales console. Now what we want to do is that we want to see what are the different automations that can be achieved, how this case can be automatically created when somebody reaches out on emails, because on email nobody is sitting on the inbox, right, and seeing what emails are coming. It will be a tedious job to do, so we want to automate that. In website also, anybody can fill up anytime any form, right? So it is very hard for a single person to keep on watching that who filled a form, convert them into cases into Salesforce. So we want to automate that. For that, you have to go to setup. Salesforce gives two options, as I said: email to case. Wherein you have to set up an email ID. This is a very complicated process. I will not get into details. Just understand what needs to be done. So you will enable email to case, and you can enable email to case in two ways. One is on-demand email to case, wherein the email ID is in Salesforce, and other is the email to case, wherein email ID is in your email server. Email server can be Outlook, it can be Gmail, whatever. So if the email ID is outside of Salesforce, then email to case. If email ID inside Salesforce, then on-demand email to case. Okay. So these are the two things which we normally create. And after that, basically you can define it. And if somebody is sending a mail on that email ID, immediately that becomes a case, right? So it's a very easy way of doing it. Same is this is configuration, nothing else. Same is web to case. So if you enable web to case here also, enable web to case, you can have a web to case HTML generator. So you can say, you can have your own website, like every company will have his own website, and captcha information you have to put, because otherwise it can hit. And if it's the basic information of case which you need to generate, so if you generate a case, this will create a HTML file. That HTML content you just copy paste and send it to the administrator of that website. He will put it in their website. It will automatically become a form. That form he can whoever fills this form immediately will create a case in Salesforce. Now let's see if the case is now automatically getting created in Salesforce. How do we assign that? For that, we need a case assignment rule. Okay. So if you create a new case assignment rule, and I want to make it active, you see anytime one case assignment rule only can be active. Okay. So you create your case assignment rule, and you can create your own entries. Entries can be a step-by-step process. So first sort order is 1, and you can say what is the filter criteria. You can say if the case origin is phone, case origin is email, assign this to a queue. How do I create a queue? Let's go back and create a queue. Queue creation is exactly similar to how we created a public group. Let's try to create a queue. My email. Yeah, that's my name. I will use it only with the case object right now. So let's select this. Who are the users that can be? You can select public groups inside it. You can select roles inside it. You can select individual users inside it. Let me assign individual users. Save. Email queue is sent. Let me create another queue. I will create my web queue. Here also I want to assign it to case, and probably this too. Yeah, so I have now two queues, one email queue and a web queue. Both are supported object is case. So now case or records can be owned by these queues. Okay, that is what means by this. So I create a email queue and I create a queue, select it. Email, and save it. First order, second order is second step. Order means is second step. Case origin is web. This time I am selecting web. Phones, usually I am doing it manually, right? Somebody calls me on phone, so probably it will not be a queue. But that you can also create a queue for phone also, if that person does not have Salesforce access. So there are two automated steps I have. So if I am able to create a queue, create a case from this step itself, it stops here. Then these second steps are not executed. So wherever that this rule is able to assign the case, immediately it stops there for a case. Okay, please make sure understand that. You can have n number of steps. You can have different formulas. Like see the standard. It says so billing country, based on billing country, it is assigning to different people. So there are many examples. So similar to that, when you are assigning it, you also need to respond, right, to the customers that. So auto response case auto response rule for new cases. So here it exactly works on how the previously assignment queue works. Similar step-by-step process, and you update it. Sort order one. If it is case origin, need not be the same criteria. You can select your own criteria. You say this is for email. You can say whom you which is the sending ID, right? You can say that you have to define as a email ID, which is you need to add in the org-wide email addresses, which you have to use. Activate that, otherwise it will not send a mail, and you choose the proper email template, and then this will automatically start sending mails when the criteria is met. So the third step is basically the escalation, as I said, because we want to make sure that the escalation rule is made sure that the managers properly assign the case if the case is not getting resolved in a time. So there is again a standard case, but you can also define your own my escalation. Activate it. If it is activated, you see the old standard is not activated. You see the standard to get an idea. So first is the case is equals to high. So this is how escalation rule works. So my escalations, you can define again the same criteria. You see all this works the same way. So you can say case origin equals to email, and use business hours specified in this case. Okay, or when specify how escalation times are set. You can say when case is created, I will start counting from that. Okay, and specify the business criteria for escalation. What is the time after which this needs to be escalated? So you say business hours is I will set some business hour. Let's see some default business hours, and I will set it. Yeah, and then the escalation. Now I am create the escalation action. What is escalation action? If it is more than 1 hour or 30 minutes, then basically auto assign this to a queue or a user. You can say this is the system administrator who needs to be notified immediately. Plus, you see, my case is now it is more than 1 hour 30 minutes. You will already assign this to this person. You can add new. If it is like more than 2 hours, you will assign to another person. More than 3 hours, will assign to another person, so that these people immediately can work on this case, because the lower agents are not able to resolve it on proper time, to make sure that you are not breaching SLS, you are not getting dragged into court. Very important, escalation. So what if the assignment rule is not able to assign? Maybe the criteria do not match, or that there is a new criteria which came into. For that, you have to make sure you have a service setting. Support setting. So here in support setting, you will see there is a default user. You see, this is the default case owner. What is that means? Default case owner is a person who will be assigned a case if assignment rule is not able to assign to a specific user. Please note, a default case owner cannot be inactivated. You cannot make this user inactive if he's still a default case owner. If you want to make this user inactive, you have to change the default case owner to somebody else and then make it inactive. Okay, very crucial. This is a certification question. Okay, please note that. So default case owner cannot be made inactive. So this person automatically gets assigned to any cases that is left over, that cannot be assigned using assignment. Okay, so that is all based on the case ownership, assignment queue, and this stuff. Tell me any questions so far. All clear?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So good stuff. So this is all we had. This is Service Cloud, and you can also have very advanced things on Service Cloud. That is out of scope for your admin training as well as your admin certification. So don't worry about it. Whatever I have showed you on this class right now is all what is going to come. Right now, many questions do come from this area, Service Cloud. So you have to thoroughly study this one. Please note, case will be a lot of questions. A lot of questions will come from case in admin. So the next step for you is to complete the certification trail. What is the certification trail? You have to register yourself using this. I think a coupon has already been sent on everybody, right? You have got a coupon, right? That coupon will give you a discount on your registrations. So if you go to, you have to sign up first if you are not a member. But if you, once you sign up, please remember that you can, you are onto this page. If you need any help on signing up, let us know. We'll give you the values for all the form. You have to fill up a form, one single pager, not a big deal. Most of them, you know, last 3 items, I think you have to cover that. We will describe you what to do. When you are on this form, you will have to register for an exam. Please note down this URL. I will also send it to that. So waveassessor.salesforce. Okay. This is basically the wave assessor. What you need. So when you are into this one, you can register to an exam. I will not be able to register because I have already passed that exam. So you will have this administrator exams. Here, you will see the administrator. Don't go to the advanced administrator. Go to administrator. Here, there is an on-site proctored and an online proctored. Online is sitting at your home and giving the exam. It looks to be very easy, but it is more difficult. That is why I will always suggest to use this on-site proctored. There are 2 centers, one in sector 1 and another is in the Quest Mall, opposite Quest Mall, Park Circus. Usually the Quest Mall is the better center. I go and give that exam there. It's a very nice place to go also and kill time if you are early. So on-site proctor exam, you can go and you put that coupon and register yourself. If you're facing any problem registering, let us know. We can register you. But here there is a link. When you go to this trailhead, please study and prepare these 3 trails. That is very important. So one is this, the prepare for a credential. This, most of you, 80% of the trails you have already completed by part of the completion of the admin, advanced admin, and advanced trails. These 3 trails has 80% of the trail is already completed from your side. There are a few other items which you need to complete on this hours. Don't get bogged down by 44 hours. Most of the things you have already done. After you have done with that, go and study this advanced 2 hours of course. This will give some areas of quick study, and then test yourself. This is a test paper. This is the mock test paper. Check how good you are. When you are done with these 3, contact us immediately. We will have another session for you, wherein we will discuss questions how to prepare in examination and how to finish the admin certification. Right now, the coupon is there, discount is available. The coupons are expiring very fast. It will not be available all the time. So if you go and use a coupon, you will get a 50% discount or a 40% discount right now. But if you do not use that coupon right away, then if you that no coupon is available at that point, then you have to give $200 for the full money. So use this opportunity to register. You can give the exam anytime. You can cancel the exam anytime. So anytime means 72 hours before the exam. So you can do that. So you can register immediately. You can register for next 2 months. After 2 months, pick any date, keep it there, use the coupon so that it is there, and you can change the date. You can keep postponing it till the point when you are ready for it. So I will suggest you to register for the exam, avail the discount, and keep postponing the date till you are ready. Otherwise, you will probably not get a chance to get the discount later on. So that is my suggestion. But of course, and if you think you still need more time, then you can also cancel it. The money will be refunded to you. So no problem. So I think it's a good opportunity. I would suggest you to register immediately and avail the discounts, and also set a date for yourself that I will clear the certification. It is very important. The certification is very important for you to step into a job working life. We are trying to make sure that certification is not required for you to sit for the interviews, but this is highly recommended that you clear the certification. Otherwise, it becomes only a disadvantage for you. So that's it. Any questions so far? So once you are done, let us know all these 3 trails. Then we will have a separate training for certification. 1 or 2 sessions we will have just to make sure that you are ready for the exam, and then you go for the examinations.
Where can I find these coupons that you're talking about? Like, I haven't
been already sent to you on the WhatsApp.
Please check the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
No, not this one. So on. Priyanka has sent a latest coupon, which is working.
This coupon is in this list only. I am sending that coupon also.
Okay.
Yeah, use that coupon. I think most of this coupon has expired already. So yeah, Priyanka has sent the coupon which is working, which she used for registration. So use that immediately. Get yourself registered. Set up a date for yourself. Otherwise, you will always keep on you will postponing it, right? So don't do that. Have a date in mind, because this is very crucial. This is very important. But of course, if you are not prepared, you can postpone the date. So no worries. But avail the discount right away.
Okay.
So that is all for the day. If you do not have any further questions, feel free to reach out on WhatsApp. We can have on-demand classes if you have any questions from now on. So the course material is complete, but it's not that we are gone anywhere. We are with you in this journey, and this journey has just started. So right now you have to give more time and things, but we will not regularly schedule these sessions. So we will only schedule sessions on demand and when you are ready. And based on whatever you are ready, you will be put out in that course material, and we'll have those sessions available for you. So please make sure from now, the race is in your hands. Till this point, the race was in our hands. We were taking it slow. Now, how fast or how slow you want to run, it is up to you. The rest of the course material, advanced course material, is completely recorded. So you can speed up, you can slow down, whatever you want. You are not dependent on anybody else. Whenever you are ready, you let us know. We will take the next steps. Okay, and the WhatsApp group is open. The mentor is always is there. So your study time begins. These 3 trails and velocity training, these are all a lot of things to study. Please study. If you face any difficulties, if need any supporting sessions, we will arrange that for you. Okay.
And one more thing, guys, I will be sending you 3 assignments on flow. And once you complete all 3, then only I will send you the advanced level course materials. Otherwise, I will not send. So feel free to call Ongshita and Rakesh anytime to get the assignments. They will give you the assignments. 2 assignments are you can complete it by yourself at your time. But the third one and the final one will be done live. Once you complete the 2 assignments, let us know. Let us show the assignments how you have done it, and then we will arrange for the third assignment. That will be a live assignment. We will give you the assignment live. You will be on the call, and within a 1 hour or 2 hour, you have to show the assignments. Once you complete these tasks, then we will be sending you the advanced level of videos and course materials, and we will suggest you to start after that once you complete the 2 assignments. Yeah, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So in priority wise, I will set velocity as top priority for you guys. This course material is very important, but I think you have a little more time for that. But as Shobhan said, flows must be Dreamforce World event is going on right now. That is Salesforce event. Usually people travel all over the world. 3-4 lakh people join in San Francisco every year for this tech summit, which is happening right now in Colorado. But because of COVID, it is happening virtually. Just on the first day of the session, they have announced that workflow and process builder are gone. They are retiring. The future of Salesforce would be flows. So you have to be absolutely very, very clear about flows. Okay. If you do not know flows, you will not know Salesforce. You will not know how to work on Salesforce. Yeah. So workflow and process builders will no longer be in use. It will be wiped out. It will not be available. Flow is the future. You have to learn flow very well. And if you do not know flow very well, you will not be able to understand velocity very well. So flows is absolutely critical. We have already sent you the Bengali session and English sessions both in detail, in great detail. Go through those sessions again and again, practice again and again, do the assignments all again and again, and then you will be master of it, and then you can get into velocity. Please remember, there is no coding involved here, but logic involved here. So you have to practice, otherwise you will not be able to understand the logic. Okay. That is all from my side, and thanks for joining this course. Great future ahead. It's all up to you now to start your journey in Salesforce.